All right, so to begin and start and grow and scale your business, whether you're a coach of any type, really. So this can work for coaching, whether you're in life coaching, you're a health coach, you're a business coach, you're a hypnotherapist, you're in rapid transformational therapy or RTT, you're an NLP, or even if you're a healer. To understand how to start your business, we first must put your business into a simple frame, a simple model. And realistically, to make things less confusing and to really get going, growing your business, getting paying clients and doing what you love to do, this is the business model that I want you to remember. Okay. Now, like I said, this can work across the board, whether you're in coaching of any type, hypnotherapy, RTT. So to save on some time, I'm just going to call everybody a coach. Okay. Because realistically, it is the same business model. It's just the different angle that we're taking the business model as far as the type of client that you help. So guys, I want you to keep it simple. Okay. Right down the bottom here, I just want you to remember this mantra. Clients hire you. You're the therapist, you're the coach, or a life coach, health coach, whatever you are. Clients hire you to take them from their current situation to their desired situation. That is hands down the only reason why clients would ever hire you as the expert and pay for your services. Now, I know there's a lot of confusion out there and it makes it seem really confusing as to why clients would hire you, what the business model should be, what the business plan should be, your marketing plan. All of that stuff is irrelevant when you understand it from this simplistic term. And this is something we teach all of our students. And we have students in life coaching, health coaching, business coaching, hypnotherapy, RTT, NLP, healers. Across the board, we have students from all over the world, and this is the most simplistic business model that we teach them because this is really all it is. So let's explain what I mean by current situation to desired situation. So off to the left here, what is your client's current situation? So when you're first starting out in business, this is all you need to know. Okay, and in the next slide, I'm going to talk about niching, pricing, social media, how we get clients, but we've got to encapsulate it into this business model. So what is their current situation? Well, the reason a client's going to hire you is because their current situation is full of pain. There's fear, could be anxiety, could be overweight. There could be, in a toxic relationship. It's a place where they don't want to be. And they're at a point in their life where things have to change. They've made that commitment to themselves to change things in their life. But the reason why most people fail to change things in their life is because they don't have an expert who comes in and voids that gap from their current situation to their desired situation. Three main reasons why this client's going to hire you. Okay, they're looking for a trusted expert who has a plan, who knows what they're doing, and maybe has proof that they can take a certain client from their current situation to their desired situation. A client has maybe tried everything physically, consciously, that is. We know all the problems exist unconsciously, but they've tried everything in their physical world to try and fix their problem, to get out of that relationship, to overcome the anxiety, to lose that weight, to overcome past trauma. They've tried everything and they've still failed and they've run out of ideas. Lastly, and probably the most important one, and what I found for most of my clients, even now as a mentor teaching therapists how to build their business, it's because they want speed. Okay, clients are time poor. People want results now. So overall, your client's going to hire you to take them from their current situation to their desired situation. And the three main categories are: they want a trusted expert with proof, they've tried everything and still failed and have run out of ideas, and they want speed. And putting all those three things together, that's where you and me come as that intermediate, right in the middle, take them from their current situation to desired situation, from pain to pleasure. And the desired situation is that pleasurable state. It's that new future without their problem. It's living their life without those issues, without those fears, without that anxiety, without those bad relationships, without those, bad circumstances or standards in their life that they want to upgrade. That's the desired situation. Okay, so current situation to desired situation, we land smack bang in the middle and we bridge that gap. Okay, we show them and take them out of that current situation by whatever tools you use, whether you're a coach, life coach, health coach, business coach, hypnotherapy, RTT, it doesn't matter. You're taking them with the tools that you have learned from their current situation, their desired situation. What I want to point out as well is this also eliminates the idea, and I've said this nearly in every video because it's so important, that clients do not hire you because you've studied RTT. Clients do not hire you because you mastered conversational hypnosis. Clients will never hire you because you were trained by Richard Bandler in NLP, or Marissa Peers in RTT, or Igor Ledachovsky in conversational hypnosis. Now, I love all these gurus, hands down. These are people that I looked up to, and they're doing incredible things in this industry. But the normal civilian client, the person outside of the coaching realm, the person that doesn't want to become a coach or an RTT or hypnotherapy, that don't want to become or do that as a profession, have no idea what this stuff is, nor do they care, and nor should you be teaching people that this is the way I'm going to get you to your desired situation. Hands down, and we'll talk about this in the next slide as well, when it comes to our marketing, we're always talking about pain and solution, which is the what. How you do things does not matter. That's why this business model is so flexible, whether you're in health coaching, life coaching, hypnotherapy. I sound like a broken record here, but it is so true. Anytime you start to put the how you do things in this business model, it starts to confuse things. So guys, please just remember, take a screenshot of this, stick this up on your wall. Always remember this. The only reason why a client's going to hire you is to take them from their current situation to their desired situation. Okay, very rarely, and I say rarely, I mean it could happen, that a client has an incredible life and maybe wants more out of their life, but that's still current situation, desired situation. On its most basic terms, and the type of clients you guys are going to be working with is a client in their current pain who wants a better future, a positive solution. And how you get them there is by using the tools that you learned in RTT or coaching or hypnotherapy. It does not matter, business coaching, whatever you're doing, to bridge that gap, to take them to that desired situation quickly, to take them to the desired situation so your clients don't have to think about how to get there, to take them to their desired situation without them making mistakes. That's what they hire a trusted expert for. Okay, and that is the same reason why my clients hired me when I was doing stop smoking and pain control. It's the same reason why my students hire me now that join my programs to learn how to grow their business successfully. It's the same thing. They come to me with a current situation they do not like, and they're after a desired situation which I can provide for them. Okay, so guys, keep it clear. Clients hire you as a coach to take them from their current situation to their desired situation. So now we've covered that. What is next? Well, in the next slide, I'm going to talk to you guys about all the steps that you need to go to all the way through to getting paying clients, growing and scaling your business. But we're going to do it from scratch, from the very first element all the way through to the growth. So let's move into that now, move into the next slide, which I'll show you how to map this entire journey, how you can start taking action on your business as of today. All right, guys, so here is the map that we're going to follow. This is what we teach all of our students as well for when you're starting your coaching business. I remember health coach, NLP, RTT, hypnotherapy, life coach, business coach, regardless, this is the model that we need to follow. So as you can see, we've broken this down into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 steps. So we're going to go through each step one by one. But what I'm also going to do, because I've already created some videos around these steps, I'm going to leave links in the description below. And you guys will be able to check that out, especially around your niching, especially around social media, which is part 1, which is the niche. Part 4 is proving your expertise with social media. I've created some videos on how you guys can actually do this quite quickly. So I'll leave some links in the description below. Go check out those videos as well, but I will give you a lot of information here. So let's begin from the start. So I assume right now that you're qualified. Okay, so you need to be qualified as a health coach. Maybe there's a business coaching course that you've been to. You're qualified in life coaching, health coaching, RTT, NLP, whatever it is. I assume that you're qualified right now. So I want you guys to realize this, because there's a lot of confusion around this. Just because you're qualified does not mean you're going to have a business immediately. Okay, you have to put in the actions to grow this business immediately. Just because you're qualified does not mean clients are going to come kicking down your door. Just because you've been qualified by all these top gurus, meaning that clients are going to come kicking down your door as well. It's just not going to happen. What you do with this qualification is far more important than the qualification itself. Okay, having that piece of paper on your wall is the first step, and sometimes the easiest step. Now comes the fun part. For some people, it's going to be the hardest part, but this is where your journey really begins. So let's start with part 1. Okay, I call this finding a hot niche market. So you'll hear a lot of gurus talking about niching. And again, I'll leave a video in the description below talking about how you can actually find your niche. It's a very detailed video, so go check that out, but I'll give you an overview here. So a lot of gurus talk about niching as long as you're passionate, any niche will work. As long as you have the skills, you can treat anybody in any niche. And this is hands down a flat out lie. because not every niche is profitable. Not every niche is going to have the money to reward you to grow your business. Not every niche is going to be interested in the type of service that you have. So it is up to you to find what I call a hot niche. A hot niche has the money to pay for your services, is willing to pay for your services, has enough pain in a market where there are enough people, it's populated by enough people that's going to be able to run your career for the rest of your career, and also a market that is looking for specific help. So inside your niche, they have to have money to pay for your services and be willing to pay for your services. There has to be a real pain, guys. Something that's tangible, something that across that market in that niche, everybody's talking about wanting to overcome. And they have to be asking for help. The difference between a hot niche is what I call a cold niche. And unfortunately, most niches are cold. Now, what can happen where the confusion lies, especially around the niching and understanding this, is we get qualified. We get really, really excited. We learn some great insights and some new things throughout our certification, and we go out and expect the new things that we've learned to be the niche that we go after. So maybe we've learned a new insight about how the mind works, or around mindset, or around about healing or overcoming trauma or something like this. We take the skills we've learned and the insights that we've been taught, and we go out into the market and we almost force these onto people and tell people this is what you need in your life, instead of asking our market what they want. And that is key. When it comes to finding your niche, guys, forget about what you've learned, forget about what you want to help with, and forget about your story and who you want to help. Forget about all of that. You have to go into picking a niche almost blindly. You want to go into the market and you want to be asking real people what they want. You do not want to be trying to solve a problem in a niche based on what you want to solve and give it to people who you want to help. It doesn't work this way. We want to go into the niche and ask people what they want. How can we help them? This even becomes, as you can see in number 1, most people start at step number 3, where they create their service, their program, their packages. They lock themselves in their apartment for 6 months, create this awesome program, these sessions, these packages. They have funnels on it. They get Facebook ads. They get all these experts to try and help them. They create these courses, spend 6 months, then go out into the market and trying to sell it to people. And what happens? Crickets. It's because they haven't gone into the market to ask real people about what they want. And that is step number 2. So you do not want to start at step number 3. Step 1, every business starts with a problem. Every business continues by solving that problem. So the first thing, guys, is to find that hot niche. Like I said, there's a video in the description showing exactly how to find this hot niche. Okay. So once we find this hot niche, we go and speak to real people, which is step number 2. We've got an idea of what we want to help. We move into step number 2. We want to ask people. We want to ask them about their problem and ask them about the solution they're looking for. We do not want to be trying to sell a solution to people that we want to help. We don't want to be creating a solution that nobody wants. We don't want to be creating a solution to people's problems based on the type of therapy that we can use or what we've been taught. Because now we're trying to sell something to people who don't want what we have, to the wrong market and the wrong niche, and we wonder why our business doesn't work. And this is across any business, regardless whether it's health coaching, business coaching, life coaching, RTT, hypnotherapy, it does not matter. So step 1, find your hot niche. Step 2, ask about the problem and the solution that this market wants. Okay, find your hot niche, ask them what they want, and then move into step number 3, create the best solution for them. Is it a session? Is it a package? Is it an online program? Is it a face-to-face healing? It really depends on the type of market that you work with. But asking people in step number 2 is going to give you all of the details about creating the best solution, because this is what we're going to sell. Step 1, 2, and 3 work together. Okay. And if you get this right, guys, it's the difference between a business that makes $1,000 a month, or like our students' businesses who are doing $1,000 to $2,000 per day consistently as coaches, hypnotherapists, RTTs across the board. Find the hot niche, ask the niche in the market about the problem that they want to have solved, ask them what type of solution they're looking for, and then start to create that solution. But like I said, most people start in step number 3. They create the solution. They create the program. They create the package. They create the 28-day challenge or transformation. Then they go out and sell this to the market, but they sell it in terms of, like I was saying before on the previous slide, they sell it in terms of they try and sell RTT, they try and sell coaching, they try and sell hypnotherapy to people. This is not what we're selling. What we are selling is the solution. And in step 3, we have to create that solution. Okay, so I want to reiterate. I don't want to sound like a broken record, but I really want you guys to understand this. Find your hot niche. Go into the market, speak to this niche that you found, and confirm that your theory about this niche being profitable is going to actually be correct. If it's not correct, you find another niche. Then you go speak to those people, and you want to do this until you find a niche that is very excited about the solution that you could give to them. Very excited about their transformation. Very excited and able to spend money on the solution that you're going to create. Once that's all confirmed in step 1 and 2, then you start to create. Okay? Don't assume because the way you've been taught, okay, whether it's an NLP where they do like an 8 or 9 hour transformation one day, or RTT is like a 28-day package transformation thing. Don't believe just because you've been trained in that way that that's what real people want. That's just a training model to get you to understand the therapy and possible ways of delivering that therapy. But in the real world, it won't work like this. You want to ask people about what they want, because these people are going to tell you what they want. I know that if I asked a client, do you want a 28-day transformation or do you want a 2-day transformation? Of course they're going to go for the 2-day. But if I'm so consumed that it has to be 28 days or it has to be 9 hours straight or it has to be 6 months or it has to be 12 months because that's what my guru and my academy have told me to do, I'm going to miss the mark when I go to sell it to people. So think of step 1, step 2, and step 3 as creating your product. You're creating your service. You've spoken to the market. You're sure that if we go and sell this back to the market, they're going to buy it. So remember, niches, they've got to have problems. They've got to have pain. They've got to be asking for help, and they've got to be able and willing to spend money on your service. Step 2, you want to go speak to these people to confirm that your theory of part 1 was correct. And then and only then do you create the solution based off the information that you found in step 2. So once that's all done, guys, we come down to step 4, which is to prove your expertise. Now, I'm going to leave another video in the description that talks about social media, how you can get your first paying clients, especially if you're starting out in this business. I'll give you a couple of tips and tricks on how to do this, and social media as an overview as well. But number 4 is what most people ignore. And it comes back to that idea, like I said before, where we believe just because we're certified that people are going to come kicking down our door. Because we have that health coaching certification on our wall. We have that RTT certification on our wall. We have that conversation hypnosis or NLP or psychotherapy or whatever certificate on our wall that we expect people to come and find us. And that's extremely far from what's in reality. That just doesn't work this way. Okay. Number 4 is the most ignored. We have to prove our expertise. Your market is not following your career. So they don't know what you've just been newly certified in. At the same time, your market doesn't care about why you became certified or what you're certified in or how amazing your weekend certification was. So you'll see for a lot of coaches and therapists, and guys, I used to do this too. And then I realized it was getting me nowhere. So I'm in this same boat, okay? You'll see a lot of therapists and coaches is they'll get on social media, they'll do a Facebook Live, or they'll do a video, or they'll do a post, and it's usually in 2 categories. The first category is they're marketing the how they do therapy, okay, instead of the what. So the how is they market RTT. They try and teach people on the awesomeness of RTT. And don't get me wrong, I love Marissa Peers. I love RTT. I love everything to do with coaching and NLP, but your civilian clients do not care. So they get on social media and they start talking about how unbelievably amazing RTT is, or NLP is, or coaching is, or hypnotherapy, about how fantastic conversation hypnosis is better than traditional therapy. You've seen it and you're probably doing these videos. And you're wondering why you're not getting views, you're not getting shares and likes, you're not getting people reaching out to you and saying, hey, I want to work with you, because what you're trying to teach people is not what people are after. No client of yours is ever sitting up in bed at nighttime, scared, anxious, sweaty, concerned about their life, thinking, I hope my therapist uses NLP, or I hope my therapist uses RTT. They're never saying that because they don't know what that stuff is. All they're saying to themselves is, I hope this therapist can help me. I hope there's an answer to my fear or my problem, my anxiety, my pain. So how does that work with us in social media? Well, I'll get to that in a moment. The second category, or the second way coaches and therapists are doing a lot of their social media, is they're starting to talk about themselves. Okay. So if you're finding yourself doing Facebook Lives and all your Facebook Lives or your posts or your content is all about why you became a therapist, your background as a coach, why you did this certification, your story, the pain you went through, and also on top of that, every post or social media content is like an image of you doing some staged, standing there, all looks staged and professional, and then you have a quote next to it. You're now talking about you. Business is not about you, guys. I wish it was. It'd be a lot easier if we could just talk about ourselves, but it's not. Clients aren't going to your social media to hear about you. Clients aren't going to social media to see images or videos of you in some staged performance and talking about your story. No. Clients are using social media, especially YouTube and Facebook and LinkedIn and Twitter, to get answers to their problems, to find out the trusted experts. Okay, remember what I talked about in slide number 1, the trusted experts. So when they're going to social media, you've got a higher chance of someone watching a video where you're talking about a specific pain in your market and the solution you can offer, rather than you talking about your journey as a health coach or how awesome RTT or NLP is. At the same time, guys, with your social media as well, is we want to resist talking like a therapist, talking like an NLP or a coach or a hypnotherapist, using the language that if you were to talk to me about it, I would understand because I'm a coach and a therapist just like you guys. But the average civilian will look at this and think, what the hell are you talking about? I have no idea what you're talking about. This doesn't concern me, and this is not what I'm looking for. So guys, when it comes to proving your expertise, I don't mean you as the expert. Your proving yourself as an expertise comes as an aggregate of talking about the solutions, the 1, 2, 3 step formula, how you can bridge that gap in your client's life from current situation to desired situation. That's how you prove your expertise. Your expertise does not come as a result of, I've got 5 certifications here, I was trained by this guru, this is my story, this is why I became a health coach or a life coach or whatever it is. That is not proving your expertise. So guys, like I said, there's a video in the link below. There's a link for a video below, I should say, in the description. Getting really excited here. We'll be able to check out more about social media, but we're not done here. Okay, I'm going to keep talking about this. So what do we do, Scott? Like, what are we going to do? We are going to create content based on solutions, based on what our clients want to hear. Now, if you're thinking, well, Scott, what does my client want to hear? Do I have to guess? Well, the answer is no. I'm going to leave another video below where I'm going to show you how to find unlimited amounts of content that you know, and you'll find out by checking this out, that you know your clients are looking for. So when it comes to creating content, guys, you only want to be creating content once you know what your market is looking for. The best content to create is answering questions. Just like I'm doing right here, I'm creating this content to answer a question about how to start and grow your coaching, your health coaching, life coaching, NLP, RTT business from scratch. That's what this video is doing. It's answering questions. And the reason I created this video is because I get asked this question all the time. Now, if you're not getting potential clients asking you questions for you to create content about, check out the video below. I'm going to show you how to create unlimited content by using a free to use platform that'll just blow your mind. It's going to give you every question of your niche that has ever been asked in Google all in one place. And then all you have to do is create content about each and every question that's ever been answered by your niche. So I'll be showing you that. Check out that video below. So proving your expertise at the same time, guys. So how do we turn this content into paying clients? Well, what a lot of people don't do with their content, guys, especially around proving their expertise, is give what is called a call to action. Okay, so you can see under 4 here, it says prove your expertise, CTA, call to action. Your call to action is to your offer, which is I can help you with X, Y, and Z, current situation, desired situation. In order to find out if I can help you, let's book a strategy call. So every bit of content you want to create, guys, you need a call to action. And that call to action should always go to a strategy call. It shouldn't go to a sales page. It shouldn't go to a squeeze page. It shouldn't go to a free event. It shouldn't go to just jumping on your website and seeing your prices. We want to conduct strategy calls, which is part 5. So what is a strategy call? A strategy call is a strategic phone call with your clientele to find out their current situation in detail, to find out what's going on in their life, find out their motivation, then offer them and talk to them about their future with working with you, their future situation that they want, and then offering your service. The reason you want to be doing a strategy call is because you can control the circumstances and take your client through the right process from this, their current situation to their desired situation, to make sure you can help them, and then offer your offer, which is your price and your solution. Okay, remember, number 3, you're offering your best solution at the end of that strategy call, which is number 5, and you have control over their answer. If you're relying on clients going to your website, guys, looking at your prices and buying, I hope you're extremely awesome at writing copy and taking people on like a client journey type thing with all your words and your metaphors and videos. I'm not even good at that. And I've been doing this for a hell of a long time. And I don't rely on that copy. What I do rely on is the strategy call, because I can stabilize the strategy call. So I want you to imagine that everything you do, guys, from video content, written content, YouTube, Twitter, posts, announcement, Facebook Lives, going to an event, whatever you're doing, every offer should be a strategy call, not the paid service. The paid service will be offered at the end of the strategy call. Everything we do, guys, and we've got students that have gone from $0 to $20, $30, $40, $50,000 per month by doing strategy calls. Whereas before they were earning no money because they had some of their content was leading towards a squeeze page. Some of their content was going to a strategy call. Some of their content was going to a free ticket. Some of their content was going to a free download. Some of their content was going through their funnel. And there were so many different directions that all their call to action were going. And it gets really, really messy and really, really confusing. And your business just turns into hell. It just creates too much chaos. So I want you to imagine, if you imagine for me, just like the strategy call in the middle of your mind, and have all different things pointing towards it, all different types of content, video, written, live, Facebook Lives, talking at an event, free downloads, whatever it is, everything has to be pushed towards that strategy call. And you want to be taking those strategy calls and closing them, getting paid for your service. Offering part 3, which is create the best solution at the end of that strategy call. So guys, what happens next? Well, we move on to step 6, which is your days need to be consumed with step 4 and 5. You have to be repeating step 4 every single day. You cannot expect clients to want to work with you if you're just doing one Facebook Live every month and one YouTube video every 2 months. No, every single day you should be showing up to your business and delivering content in different mediums. So at 9 a.m. you might do a video. 11 a.m. you might do a post. 1 p.m. you might do another video. 3 p.m. you might write a blog. 5 p.m. you might do a Facebook Live. 7 p.m. you might actually reach out and do organic outreach to somebody and start a conversation with people. And you want to be doing this every single day. The more you prove your expertise, the more momentum you build up of your social media, where your clients just see you everywhere talking about their problem and talking about the solution that you can give, not talking about RTT and coaching. Remember, clients don't know about that stuff. They don't care. But talking about people's pain, showing about how you can give them the solution they're looking for, to show proof of your testimonials, to talk about past clients, to talk about what you can do, not how you do it, the what. Okay, the how is the therapy. You're not talking about that. The what is what you're going to do for these people. You want to be proving this to people every day. So your clients, everywhere they turn, all they see is you. And you want to be doing this consistently. The more consistent you do this, the more strategy calls you're going to book. The more strategy calls you book, the more chance you have at closing the strategy calls. If you're not making money right now, it means you're not showing your offer. You're not talking about your offer or giving your offer to enough people. Okay. If you're booking one strategy call per month and expecting to make a $20,000 month and your price is only $1,000, those economics don't work out. You want to be every single day. The only thought you should have, how can I get my next strategy call? The how you get your next strategy call is what content is more conducive to booking strategy calls. Should I do a Facebook Live or should I do a video? If I find that videos seem to book more strategy calls for me than posts or blogs or going to events, you better believe I'm going to double down and triple down on just creating those videos. We call this asymmetry. That's for another video, but that's how we can take our social media and booking strategy calls to the next level. But guys, I want you to remember, every single day proving your expertise and start booking strategy calls. Do the strategy calls, close the strategy calls, then go back to step 4 and do it again and again and again and again and again and again for the rest of your career, depending on how much money you want to make. So guys, that is the steps. That's how you start from scratch a coaching, health, life coaching, health coaching, business coaching, marketing business, could be RTT. It really doesn't matter of the how you're going to do things or what you call yourself. It's all about finding your hot niche, asking that niche about their problem, creating the solution that's best conducive to them, having the right price, proving your expertise. So people book strategy calls with you, then repeating step 4 and 5 daily, depending on how much money you want to earn. So what is left? Well, the next part, and what I get asked a lot, I want to talk about this. Now, I've created a video on this before. I'll leave this in the description as well, but I want to give you guys an overview about price. Okay, because you might be thinking, well, Scott, this sounds awesome, but how do I charge? What's the best way to sell this service? How do I sell and close these strategy calls? What should my price be? In the next slide, I'm going to talk to you guys exactly on how you do this. All right, guys, so how are we going to close these strategy calls? Like I said, there's going to be a video link below, which is talking more in detail about what I'm going to show you here. But let's go through this rather quickly, okay, and give you the overview, then go check out that video. So here's the thing, guys. At the end of your strategy call is the perfect time to give your offer. You never just want to be giving your client the price on the phone. Okay, so if a client calls you and said, hey, I'm looking at overcoming my fear of flying, I overcome my anxiety, I need to improve my mindset, I want a better relationship, and they say, how much do you charge? The first thing you want to tell them is a great question. Let's jump on a quick free strategy call. Should take you about 30 to 45 minutes, guys, to do a good strategy call. And let me work out if I can help you. Let's work out what you're trying to do and what the future you're looking for, what's the solution you're looking for. Then I'll give you my price and my offer. Client says, that sounds awesome. Book them in, guys. Congratulations, you just got a strategy call. So what do you do at the end? Well, after you've taken your client through the proper strategy call, and again, we teach all of our students this in our 100K coaching program, guys, in our Therapy MAXIMISER program, where we actually give you a strategy call script. But let me give you an overview here. When it comes to your offer, guys, here's what it's not. Okay, your offer is not about hours, sessions, times, things, or the how. You're not selling RTT, you're not selling coaching, you're not selling hypnotherapy, you're not selling sessions, hours, times, or thing. You are going to sell what is called an overall transformation. Okay, so what is an overall transformation? It's the end result. Remember in slide number 1 where I talked about current situation, desired situation? The how you do things is irrelevant. But you don't want to be selling sessions and hours. You don't want to be saying to your client, hey, you can buy 3 sessions for me for $1,000 and you can get the 4th and 5th one for free. No, you want to be only talking to your clientele about the transformation, the end result. And at the same time as the end result, I'm also going to include something called future value, because the prices I'm going to be talking about, guys, to actually succeed in business are going to be extremely high. So I know as soon as I show you this, you might be thinking, well, Scott, I can't even sell a $50 session. How the hell do you expect me to sell it for that? That's where the future value comes in, okay? So guys, just remember, transformation, not hours, session, times, or things, okay? And we want to be selling the transformation. Now, we recommend all of our students do from between $1,000 all the way up to $5,500 for the end result, the transformation. Now, again, if you're thinking, Scott, that's so much money, how the hell is a client going to justify that? Well, here's the thing. We have something called the immediate problem being resolved and the future value of working with you. So absolutely, if you were to spring a $2,500 transformation on your client, regardless of their problem, what's going to happen is a client will justify their current pain to that price. And the only thing they're going to focus on is the immediate problem being resolved. And sometimes this is enough. Sometimes your clients will say, look, that's awesome. I want this anxiety gone so much, I'm willing to pay $2,500. In other cases, your client's going to say, wow, $2,500 for an anxiety session, okay, or to overcome anxiety, I can go down the road for $500. Why on earth would I pay $2,500? So guys, here's the scenario. If a client says, yes, that's awesome, I'd love to pay, I want to book you in right now, bang, you've just got your first $2,500 client, take the payment, then go back to step number 4 and start doing more social media to book more strategy calls. If, however, your client says that's too expensive, the next thing you want to start to talk about and what you want to remind them and inform them and teach them about is that it's not just the immediate problem that's going to be resolved. Okay, let's say my client's name is Joe. I'm going to say, hey, Joe, I just want you to realize it's not the immediate problem that we're going to resolve. We're not just going to overcome smoking or overcome your anxiety, whatever the problem is, guys. Okay, I want you to understand about, Joe, what's going to happen as a result of working with me into the future. Now, I don't know if you know this, Joe, but problems always associate to other problems, like problems hold hands with other problems. So what you're going to find is once we resolve the immediate problem, other amazing things are going to start to show up in your life, Joe. And this is exactly what it looks like. So guys, what we want to talk to our clients about is what I call future value. And you want to break down this future value of working with you that goes beyond just the immediate problem being resolved. So the first thing we can talk about is something called cash ROI. So let's change the niche, and let's say I'm working with a business. Okay, it could be the same thing for stop smoking because it's a physical thing. Anything that is having my clients spend money on that's causing problems in their life. So a smoker is going to spend money on cigarettes that causes the problem. A business could be spending far too much on marketing that's causing the problem. They're not generating any ROI. So actually, let's use the stop smoking. That's probably the easiest way to explain this. Let's look at cash ROI. Okay, so let's say, for example, my client spends $500 a month. Okay, over a whole year, that's what, $6,000. Over the last 10 years, that's $60,000. $60,000 they have wasted on cigarettes, okay, and further along if they're smoking for longer periods of time. So I want to make my client aware of this. If I know my client's been smoking for 10 years, at $6,000 a year over 10 years, $60,000, I'm going to let my client know. I'm going to say, Joe, you told me you've been smoking for 10 years, and you're spending $500 a month on cigarettes. That's $60,000 over 10 years. Do you realize you've spent that much on cigarettes? Joe says, well, actually, no, I never thought about it like that. I say, okay, Joe. So what I'm telling you right now is I'm going to charge you $2,500 so you completely quit smoking. And for every year you're a non-smoker, you're going to save that $6,000. Okay, Joe, so for the next 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years, Joe, do that calculation for me. And I used to do this with my clients. I actually got them to get out a calculator and work this out. Joe, I'm charging you $2,500 now. In the first year, I'm going to save you $6,000. Okay, second year, I'm going to have saved you $12,000. And this should go down year by year by year and tell Joe so he'd understand how little this price was. So guys, anytime you can talk about a cash ROI, ROI is a return on investment. So if Joe spends $2,500 on me, what's he going to get in return? Is there some sort of cash ROI? Well, for smoking, there would be. Addictions, there would be. Alcoholism, there would be. Drugs, there would be. For a business that's spending far too much on random marketing, there would be. Okay? So anytime you talk about cash ROI, physically get your calculator or have your client get their calculator out of their phone on the strategy call and let them work out the numbers. Let them see the numbers. So what happens if you don't have cash ROI? Well, sometimes more importantly, something called emotional ROI. So you want to talk to your client about what's the cost of keeping that problem? How long have they kept that problem? What's all the emotional cost that they've had to distribute by keeping that problem? What are all the wonderful things they've missed out on by having the problem? And what are all the wonderful things they will miss out on if they don't fix it now? What's the emotional cost, positive and negative, to keeping the problem and resolving the problem? Well, that's definitely emotional ROI. What about health ROI? We know that if a client overcomes smoking or addictions or fear or bad relationships, there's going to be some sort of physical health improvements. But there's also going to be the negative. So we want to bring up the negative, then talk about the positive. What is the health ROI? Then you want to talk about any other ROI you can think of that's conducive to your niche that you want to make your clients aware of. This is the time when you're really informing your client about what happens to problems, about how problems cause other problems, and those problems cause other problems, and down onto the line till it spirals out of control and their whole life's a mess. So basically what we're saying here to our clients is, hey, if we fix this immediate problem, it's going to cost $2,500 plus the future value. There'll be all these wonderful future things that'll show up typically in all my other clients' lives, just like it will for yours. And you want to make like a laundry list of these things. Talk to your clients about past clients. If your past clients have told you, hey, I quit smoking with you, Scott, but all of these other awesome things happened because of that. I got more confidence. My kids look to me as a better role model. I got a raise at work. My health improved. I found another wife, whatever it is. Whatever positive things happen to other clients, make sure you inform your clients about this. This is almost like a talking testimonial. So what happens here? Well, remember, the client will justify the current pain to the current problem, $2,500. They might say that's too expensive. But now by talking about the future, guys, clients will now justify the current pain being resolved and future to that price. So if we make a vivid, positive, exciting future and have our clients focus on the future and then give them that $2,500, okay, I'll make them focus on that $2,500, it doesn't seem nearly as much. and you know you've done a great job with this because your clients turn around and say, wow, is that all I've got to pay? And the answer is yes. That's how we can demand higher prices, guys. That's how we sell transformation. We're not selling things, hours, session times, booklets, audios, or the how. Because RTT is not worth $2,500 to a client. NLP is not worth $2,500 to a client. But overcoming their problem and having a better future is definitely worth $2,500 and beyond. So guys, that's literally the steps we take to start your business from scratch, whether you're in health coaching, life coaching, business coaching, regardless. That is the steps we want to take. So guys, what I recommend you do, if now that you're certified, you're looking at starting your business, okay, I've left some more videos below in the description to talk about more of these parts right here in a lot more detail. But also as well, just below that, please go check out our free masterclass where we show you how to build your business from scratch. We talk more in depth about pricing, more in depth about niching, how you can present your future offer, how you can grow and scale, get clients, grow the business, look at your economics, grow the business from scratch to scaling to $10, $20, $30, $40, $50,000 months without any marketing know-how, without giving away free sessions, without giving away free challenges, going to networking events, printing business cards, all of that stuff that we get told we have to do. We can do all of that without that stuff. So please go check out our free masterclass. There'll be a link below. Go check that out. It goes for about 90 minutes. It'll be the best move that you make in your business as of today, especially when you're first starting. So guys, that's all from me for today. Hopefully that was informative. I'll see you on the next video. Bye for now.